Hey guys, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another video for you. Today we're going to be doing something different because you're going to get a vlog from me, and it's all because Asus asked me or invited me to an event at Silverstone, and I put a message up on social media about doing a vlog. So you're going to see me driving my car all the way up to Silverstone and then what I get up to at the Asus event. As you can see on the screen now, you can see me enjoying the sim with the Visaro and then 3 of the ROG Swift OLED PG428UQ monitors. This was a beast. And then after that, I actually got to go and drive some real cars as well. So get yourself comfy. I think you've either just seen me crash on the screen or I'm just about to. But get yourself comfy and we can see what I got up to throughout the day. Good morning. It is currently 5:30. Oh, far too early. You don't get to see me at home very often. So I'll just give you a little look. So it's 5:30. Just waiting for my friend Ben. There's a lot of mess in the garden because we are building things, which you'll see a lot more of later, hopefully. So yes, today is ROG Apex Day, and technically, there's a lot of things I am not allowed to say yet, and I need to. When I'm on the ferry in a minute, I'm going to make sure about things I'm not allowed to tell you yet. So we have a very special Asus ROG Day. I am travelling up to Silverstone, and because I am travelling up to Silverstone, they are going to be launching new products, and it's the first such event that we've had in a very long time. I think I did miss an NVIDIA one the other week, but sadly, due to rail strikes, I wouldn't have been able to have got home. So this is the first one I've actually been able to go to. So very early start. I'm in heat 2, and that is 10:30. But I think it's at least a 2-hour drive once I get off the ferry. So once I get to the ferry the other side, it's going to be like 7:30. Get through Southampton, start my drive. And this is my friend Ben, making sure I'm awake. Yes, so that was Ben making sure I was awake. So, ROG Day. Now, I already know that we're going to be seeing special routers. I already know that we're going to be seeing new monitors. And they've got special guests to present to us today. We have special guests that I've heard are going to be driving with us today, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what's going on. It just means for me, like I've just said, very early start, and if I had got the later ferry, which is 7:30, it wouldn't have given me any time for buffer once I get there for traffic and stuff. So I have this ridiculously early start to basically try and make sure I can get there on time. So, yes, GoPro Day, going to be in the car with it, going to be seeing me drive. Have no idea whatsoever why I'm filming, what I'm going to be filming. I'm just going to wing it. And now that's my phone, trying to make sure I'm awake as well. So yes, I won't bore you with this stage of things any longer. I'm really looking forward to getting to the ferry because the ferry's going to have coffee and the ferry is going to have a fried breakfast. And that is the first on the agenda for me today. Now, thankfully, this first part of time lapse actually worked really well. sadly, and my apologies, but when we changed it later on, it didn't work so well. Flipping traffic lights. I didn't bother putting any music over this bit because it really wasn't that long and it didn't really matter. Because I start talking again now. Okie pokey. So we are at the ferry, and the thing that we need to do now is really to introduce you to the car. Because at the end of the day you don't get to see me doing stuff like this very often. And that there is the car I call daily. It is a 1.6 TDCI van, and it is a van, although I have put seats in it. I've done quite a bit to it, if I'm completely honest. I bought it as a rather beaten up builder's van, and she's now a bit of a chavmobile. It's actually quite loud as well, which is a shame. But most recent additions have been the wheels and a stuffing great intercooler. For some reason I've ended up parking next to these idiots. That's Ben, he's coming with us today. That's Jason, because he's selling another car because he can never keep them. But then again, there's many cars and one wife. Thought I'd do the window up so I didn't get funny looks, because I did get a lot of funny looks when I was in the car park. Anyway, it's now 10 to 8. I have just got to Southampton. Ben has positioned the camera so you can't see him, but he is there. Ow. We've now got a couple of hours driving. I've basically got to go up the A34 to Northampton. But we have to navigate the 30s out of Southampton first, and we're probably going to mess around with the camera settings and do a little motorway time lapse, because time lapse doesn't have audio, which means I can listen to the music in the car, and then I don't get penalised for copyright when I upload the video. But yeah, it's too early. Thank you very much for breakfast, Ben, but definitely needing more coffee. Second bit of time lapse, not great. Hadn't used this setting on the camera before, completely my fault, but I suppose it's better than you having to watch 5 minutes of me driving up the A34. That was a quick Costa break. Starbucks, I do apologise. And then when we got into the event, it took us ages to find out where exactly it was. But then once we got there, Apex, Silverstone, we had to do a registration, sign NDAs and all that kind of stuff, and then into the hardware. I really want one of these carbon monitors. That is actually Marcus Cole from PC Centric. They're playing, and while he was playing, I thought I'd take the chance to grab some footage, because that is the new ROG PG42UQ OLED monitor. As you can see there, you can see all the specs. 4K HDR, true 10-bit, HDMI 2.1, 138 Hz, which you do need to overclock to. But obviously the most important thing is the OLED and the 98% DCI P3. It's possible that it could be 99, but they've actually gone safe with it, which is quite a brave thing if you think about it. This is the unit on an Xbox, because obviously not everyone just plays PC games all the time. And this was the first thing we actually saw, and it did look really nice. The blacks are amazing. I'm an OLED user at home in my front room, and it's just like a miniature version of it. The colours are so nice. Then this was the thing for me, and there is a little bit in a second where I get excited, but this is the AXE 16000 latest crazy crab router from Asus ROG, 6 gigahertz. So this should do gigabit Wi-Fi. This makes me happy. And this does make me happy because that's 10 GBE ports there. And you've got 4 normal LANs in there as well. It's triple channel, or is it quad channel? I know you get 2 Wi-Fi 6s, sorry, 6 gigahertz, then a 5 gigahertz, and then a 2.4. It's an absolute beast, just like this chair. I really, really want one of these chairs. But there you can see a complete setup. Again, another one, a shot of the OLED. Yes, I am doing voiceovers for all of this, and that is because I filmed while I was there, and it was very noisy. In certain sections of the video, you'll hear what's a little bit of the background noise. It really wasn't very nice to try and film anything with the equipment that I had. Some of the other people had some crazy expensive stuff. This is the EVA product line as well that you might want to take a look at. I love this chair. Anyway, have a good old look. I know Matt worked really hard on getting this system together. I'm personally not keen on the purple and the green, but obviously it's a choice for you at home. If you're already into Evangelion, then you're going to be fully embraced with it. But if it was white and red, it'd be a totally different matter. I think I need to get an OC 3D logo on one of these someone soon. Then the sim setup that I had to play on from Visario with 3 of the 48-inch OLED screens. This thing was actually pretty mad. It's a completely movable base. You've got the Formula 1 style setup. There's a load of Corsair stuff there for if you're streaming as well, so you can get the flick buttons. They did print out my name for the floor. Remove that later on because it's meant to sit within the red line. I crashed a few times, but I did end up doing rather well, and in my heat, which was heat 2, I was fastest by just over a second. I definitely would like to have spent a little bit more time on it, because I only got a very short time to get used to the track. And there's any of you guys out there that like to drive sims smashing through the laps are how you get used to it. And I didn't know the track layout at all, and I think I got 3 timed laps to try and get used to it, and I personally didn't think it was enough. I reckon I could probably have taken a good 5 seconds off my times if I'd got a chance. I did, on one of the last laps that I did, I posted a 1:11 and they timed me at 1:17. So yeah, there we go, there it is, 1:17. I did do a 1:11 something. Now we're outside. This is the range of cars that we got to drive. Those 3 there are BMW M2s. Was actually quite nice to drive, but I found personally it needed to be driven with the paddles, and I didn't enjoy the comfort side of the gearbox. I needed it to be in idiot mode. Then the V8 Vantages, they were very nice, completely different car to drive, as you'll see later on, because I was lucky enough to drive all 3. Carbon fibre. And then the Ferrari 430s. On the day, this was my favourite car. It was so much lighter and nimbler, a bit slower than the V8 Vantage, but I found it to be more of a driver's car. Yes, it could have done with a little bit more power, but overall this was my car of the day, and you will see me driving all of these later on in the video.
So Tom, have you driven around Silverstone before?
I haven't, no.
No, first time. You've seen it on TV though, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's always a little bit different than you imagine from watching on TV. Well, when you're driving later on, just keep your speed down to 20 through the pit lane. Okay. And as we exit the pit lane, we can start to increase the speed. Just keep an eye on your left mirror as well. Make sure there's no cars coming around that first corner.
Okay.
Okay, so bringing it back over to the racing line. So we're braking in a straight line and we're getting it in the right gear. So I'm selecting third for this corner.
Okay.
Turning in to the apex and then gently back on the accelerator. Again, apex, keeping it over to the left. And then apex, and then back on the accelerator.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to use this extra runoff here.
Okay.
Part of the GP circuit. And now we're going down Hanger Straight. It's important as well, Tom, to just try to use all the revs before going up to the next gear as well. Okay. So approaching Stowe corner, again we're braking in a straight line, changing down and turning in at the end of the curb there. Looking for the apex, just at these red patches.
Yep.
And then letting it run out towards the left. Gently bringing it back across to the right hand side. Again, braking in a straight line into third. And into the apex. Second apex. Try to let the car run out here. Okay. Once we get to the end of the curve, back across to the apex. And that's our first lap done.
Okay.
So Tom, you're driving the BMW M2.
Yep.
We're at Silverstone International Circuit. Say hello.
Hello.
And you're with me, Michael Vituli, your instructor for today. So just exiting the pit lane now.
Okay.
You've been looking forward to today, I guess.
I have, yes. Yeah.
Has it been a long time in the preparation?
Not so much actually. It's all been a bit. We didn't get the invite technically till yesterday.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Short notice.
Yeah, very short. I knew we were coming for about a week.
Okay.
Want me to start going now?
Absolutely. Let's start to open around. So it's clear on the left-hand side.
Okay.
And remember, we need to bring the car back across to the racing line, and we want to be braking in a straight line.
Yeah. If you give me a target speed for the corners.
Yeah. So that speed was perfect.
Okay.
If we can keep it to that speed, that's ideal. So try to keep the car over to the left here, okay. Tom. Oh, sorry, your camera's just come out.
No, it's still going.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah.
And away we go.
Where should I start braking?
Okay, start braking. Good, very confident. There's your apex, great. Back on the accelerator. And now start braking. So you notice the brakes are really good.
They are very good.
So you could probably leave it a little bit later.
Okay.
And get on them in the same fashion. So let the car run out towards the left and then bring it across. Good. Let's get back on the power. Good. We're in the pits this time, Tom.
Okay.
Well done you. confident driving.
Thank you.
So, Tom, we now find ourselves in the Ferrari F430. Like I was saying, it's a little bit different to what we've just come out of.
Yeah.
We really need to drive this Ferrari.
Okay.
But a real lovely, responsive car. So as we come out the pit lane, just start to build the speed up. All clear, away we go. enjoyed that, didn't you?
I did,
yeah,
a lot, yeah.
I knew you did. I was trying not to give you too much feedback because I could just feel you really getting into it.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing where with a few more laps, I'd probably get too brave.
Yes, yeah, you're right. You're not wrong there. But really
I think
nice
the apprehension kind of is quite a good thing.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's a fine line, isn't it? How far you can push these cars.
Yeah.
Luckily at Silverstone, it's a vast space. So you know, if you were to go a little bit too fast into one or two corners, it wouldn't cause too much drama.
I think that last corner.
Yeah.
So you've got the long straight. I think that last one I could probably brake quite a bit later.
Yeah.
I think I'm being a bit.
But you know, that only comes with confidence, and you only gain confidence with just pounding through the laps.
Yeah.
So you know, let's not forget we're only doing a relatively low number of laps. So really well done. Really well done. I know, I can see already you're going to absolutely love the Aston.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lovely car to drive. Okay, Tom, you are now driving the Aston Martin V8. We've already been in the BMW 1 Series. You've driven the M2 BMW. Just come out of the Ferrari. And now we're going to sample a bit from Aston Martin.
Okay. How quickly would you like me to go here?
You're absolutely fine. Let's go, let's go.
And sadly, that is where the camera battery ran out. So, yeah, not the greatest. I did have spares, but we toasted them all the way up. So, long story short, cap I got for free. I got a nice hoodie as well, which is pretty cool. Thank you very much to Asus for the invite on the day, and driving the cars was amazing. I need to give a special shout out to Michael Patuli, I think is the way to pronounce his name. The instructor on the day was amazing, and he genuinely made that event for me. I have done track days or track experiences in the past, and I've never really gelled with the instructors, and he just kind of left me to it. He was really nice and chilled, made me feel completely at ease, and I really thoroughly enjoyed myself. Obviously, with the hands-on with the monitors, we can only really talk about specs and stuff at the moment because the NDA says we're not allowed to do a full review. So reviews will be coming soon. Another thing is I have obviously done the entire video with the GoPro because I didn't want to mix in between posh video, posh audio, and I thought I would just mix it up because I have a lot of stuff that I want to do with GoPros in the future, and I want to evolve it and get used to the settings, messing around with stuff and trying to get better audio sorted out. Now I'm just having a flick around the office and walking around because when I say I'm going to get the audio sorted out, it's actually already here and I just need to play with it and get things sorted. But Asus ROG Apex OLED monitors, I'm not looking forward to the price, but I'm very much looking forward to a hands-on, and I could quite possibly have a special place for it, or one I should say, in my new studio, because that's something I've not spoken to you about yet. But you did see at the start of the video a little hint that I might be going back to the shed, and that's only really something that the regulars are going to understand. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed something very different for us, but for now at least this is the tiniest one with another video for you out. Ding! Love you, sis.